Choosing the wrong shipping method can cost you thousands of dollars and delay your launch by weeks. Most brands don't lose money on production, they lose it on bad logistics planning. Picking air, sea, rail, or truck without understanding the trade-offs is one of the most common mistakes brands do. There are four main freight methods in global trade, and these are air, sea, rail, and truck. Each one trades off speed, cost, reliability, and flexibility. There is no universal right choice. The right choice depends on your timeline, your budget, and how critical your shipment is. So without further ado, let's jump right into these four methods. Number one, air freight. Air freight is definitely the fastest option. It usually takes a few days up to a week to deliver globally, but despite being the fastest option, it is also the most expensive per kilogram. It's typically used for urgent shipments, high value goods, or when you need to avoid stockouts, for example. Number two is sea freight. Sea freight is the complete opposite of air. It is one of the cheapest options per kilogram, but it is also one of the slowest options. It is ideal for large volumes and then pre-planned cyclical production cycles. If you're a good planner, this is the best option to save money. However, you have to take into account several factors such as the route, the port congestions, customs clearance, and so overall sea freight can take you a month up to 2 months to deliver to your door. Number three is rail freight. Rail freight sits in between air and sea. It is faster than sea but slower than air, and it is cheaper than air but more expensive than sea. It is commonly used across regions that are connected by land like Asia and Europe, where they have a developed rail network. The downside is that it is not available everywhere in the world, but it is a good middle option when it is. Last but not least is truck freight, option number four, which is mainly used for regional transport or last mile delivery. It is flexible and fast over short distances, but definitely not designed for long intercontinental shipping. Now that you're familiar with the four freight methods, here's where most people get it wrong. They only look at the cost per unit and not at their own specific situation, and more importantly, timelines. If your sea shipment is delayed and you run out of stock, the loss of sales can easily outweigh the saving from cheaper freight, right? And on the flip side, using air unnecessarily, if you're not rushed, can destroy your margins. So there is no right or wrong options. There is a right or wrong situation only. Here are 2 tips that you can use on your next order to ensure you plan it properly. Tip number 1. You can always split up your shipments. You are not forced to pick one of the 4 options. It is very common for brands to mix and match between different shipping methods. A common strategy, for instance, is sending a chunk of your order by air and then the rest by sea. Say you send 15% of your order by air, you'll be able to pay less to cover immediate demand and receive your goods faster, while the remainder of the order, the bulk of it, arrives by sea at a cheaper cost, saves you money. So that's a very common strategy, to split up the order amongst many different freight methods. Tip number 2, to calculate your timelines efficiently, you want to work backwards from your ideal receipt date. Let's say you must receive your goods on June 1st to avoid a stock out. So you're going to work backwards from that date. If you want to consider sea, you want to do minus 2 months. If you want to consider air, you want to do minus 2 weeks. And you want to add to these 2 to 3 weeks buffer, considering customs, unforeseen delays, clearance, last mile delivery, all of which should be added as a buffer. Based on the date you get, you'll know if it's best to go by sea, by air, or via a split shipment. So always start with your target receipt date, work backwards from it, add buffer, and that's where you know I must start by this date to receive them on this date. In my opinion, the brands that scale the most are the ones that plan their logistics cycles in advance. They don't just buy packaging and wing it, but they have carefully calculated cycles. This would allow them to leverage sea freight, which is definitely the cheapest option, and would allow you to have the most margins and unlock the most profit. However, if it's not carefully planned, this will result in excessive stress, excessive delays, and a lot of money lost due to stockouts. So plan your production cycles carefully to be able to leverage sea freight, save as much money as possible, and not even feel the 2-month lead time. To conclude, Choosing between air, sea, rail, and truck isn't about speed or cost. It's about choosing the right balance, the right situation for your order, your business. If you want more short videos breaking down how to optimize packaging, shipping, and supply chains, subscribe to the channel. And if you want, feel free to comment your route or shipping type, and I can tell you the best freight strategy. It's been Mike from fmcgpackaging.com, and we are the experts in everything related to packaging productions and worldwide shipping.